God is opening a very big and wide door for us. This is coming from the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile as he make very laudable progress and consistency, of course, in his engagement. He has engaged a United States lobbyist, of course, to do the diplomatic engagement and lobbying as Biafran declaration approaches. You can hear this from him, and of course, this will trust you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran, Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people. And at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim. And it's an honor to be working with you on this. And we appreciate your lending, your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias Gerasulis, and I am a good friend and colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation of Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke. And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like you all know, now we have the lobbyists that will lobby for the Biafra Republic government in exile in Washington, D.C. And I have been able to present them to you today. The same thing is happening that our passport, the design of our passport, and of course, the application for the ID card, for Biafra national ID card is in process. And we are also planning that in the next few weeks or maybe a month or so, the production, the first batch of the Biafra national ID card will be public, and those who apply will start getting their ID card. It's the first step. We are also planning that before convention in Finland, the Biafra passport will be ready. The reason why it is very important for the passport to be ready is so that as soon as the declaration of Biafra, the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra on December 2nd, many of the cabinet members and those who are very serious will have the privilege of having the Biafra passport. And this Biafra passport will be recognized by any country that recognizes Biafra. And we are looking forward to a few countries for a start. In addition to that, I want to tell you all that God is opening a very big door. I've been saying it, that those who refuse to fund this liberation of Biafra, a time is coming that we don't need you. And God is opening that door. And then we are going to wait for you somewhere, where we will make sure that the law and policy of Biafra will deal with you decisively for deliberately refusing to support your own freedom that will create jobs, solve security issue, build road, hospital, social amenities, take care of our elderly people, and everything you are enjoying in America today. We want to see it happening in Biafra land. That's all we are fighting for, nothing else. We want to be those kind of people that will live among nations and be proud of where we come from. That's why we are fighting.